Michael, would you like to see Jermaine back? And also, what was he like as a teammate this season?
Jermaine, inside the locker room, is a very good guy. He always has a smile. You know, is eager to talk with guys, to joke with guys, and so on the inside of the locker room, he was. There were never any issues. In terms of whether Jermaine is back or not, that is a question that I think only Jermaine can answer. I think for me, he needs to decide at this point where he is in his life, in his career, and where he wants what he wants. You know, as I'm a firm believer that in life you have to find things that you are passionate about, that you stand for, and you have to then be ready to go all in. And ideally you want to do that with people who have that same mentality, who have that same hunger and commitment. And so if you don't have that feeling, if you don't have the that focus and that commitment to do something, then it's going to be difficult to ever enjoy yourself, to ever really be all in. And so again, I talk about this because it's what I believe, that now Jermaine just has to, you know, use the time and figure out for himself where he wants to play, what he wants from his career, his life, and figure out what's best. If he, you know, we all, there's never been any question or any doubt in terms of Jermaine's ability. Even this year, when you look at the number of goals he scored and the number of games that he played, you know, he scores goals. He causes trouble, and so, you know, again, that's never been the question. And so now it's just Jermaine deciding what he wants, and as a player, I hope that the best possible decision for everybody can be made, that he is is not only comfortable but focused and committed wherever he is, and that, you know, if that's for Toronto FC, fantastic. Then, you know, like I said, this idea that he was an issue in the dressing room or caused problems couldn't be farther from the truth. And so, you know, that is, in terms of him coming back into the team and you know, next year being back there, you know, we want good players. We want players who are committed and ready to do anything to help us win. And so if he's here and that's his mentality, great. And if he decides that, given everything, he prefers to do that somewhere else, then I hope that a solution can be found that works for everybody.
The club has talked about, both Tim and Greg have talked about, we only want players who want to be here, and you've said, you know, we like to get the right men here. Are there other people on the squad you think who have to make a similar decision as Jermaine if they want to be here, or do you mean you want to bring in maybe some battle-hardened people who will be mentally tough on the field? What kind of players are needed?
When I talk about trying to improve the team, it's twofold. It's, we need more quality, you know, we need more good players, and to put it simply, you know, guys who can come in and in a footballing sense add something, you know. And the other side of it is we need guys who, we need more guys with personality, more leaders, more competitors, more men. And that's not meant as any sort of disrespect to anybody who's here. But that's when you have a season that went the way ours did, we'd be naive if we didn't think that all these things needed to be better, needed to improve. And so, you know, the goal here is to, you know, not just scrape through a season and maybe make the playoffs and maybe not on the last day. Yeah, we want to make the playoffs, but there's much more to it. And to do that, to get to where we want to be, we need more good players, and we need more of the, we need more, like I said, winners, leaders, competitors, guys who come in every day ready to spill everything they have into it. And I think, you know, like I said, everybody's on the, everybody who's here is on the same page in that sense. You know, there's a real understanding of how things went this year, of the things that went well, of the things that didn't go as well, and the way that, you know, the direction that it all needs to go to become a team that is competing year in and year out to win.
As a senior player, is there a role for you for helping identify some of the players you know who may be able to move, and talk to Tim B or something, you know, players? Is that not your role?
At the end of the day, I'm a player, and my job is to step onto the field and give everything I have to help the team win, to be a leader on the field, off the field, and help in any possible way push this club forward. And so when I first came here and I talked about those same things, about being ready to give everything I had to help turn this club and help turn this club into something special, that is what I'm about every day.
Michael, you played a lot this year with two strikers up front in the 4-4-2. Greg's talked a lot about trying to transition to more of a four-back system or a 4-3-3. The league has opened itself up to a lot of number 10s succeeding. Is it something that you'd like to play with, a number 10 in central midfield?
I wouldn't necessarily sit here and say that. No, I wouldn't sit here and say that you know, we absolutely need to bring in a number 10. If the opportunity comes and there's a chance to get a very good player whose character and whose personality fits what we need, then by all means, welcome. If the way things go, you know, there's ways to get other players who maybe play slightly different roles, and we can still find a way to you know, be a team that is hard to play against, you know, presses, makes the game, you know, plays at a good tempo, makes the game difficult for the other team when we have the ball, knows how to play, can pass, can move, can be dangerous. You know, there's nothing that says you need a number 10 to do that. You know, look at Atletico Madrid last year. Who's their number 10? I'll answer it for you. They didn't have one. So, you know, again, my point is just there's a lot of different ways to get to where to be a good team, to be a successful team, and you know, we need. The guys who are here need to know how to push themselves and improve and take everything they do and make it better. And we need to then find the right way to add the right pieces.
Do you have a preference though? Sorry.
Go ahead, John.
Do you have a preference though in terms of what type of central midfield partner you need to bring up the best in you?
I've always been somebody who steps on the field every day, ready to give everything to help the team win and to try and help make every guy around me better. No matter who's on the field, no matter who's next to me, who's in front of me, who's behind me, I try to take a big role in the way that the team plays, in the way that, you know, the team organizes itself. And so whoever's on the field, that doesn't change for me. You know, I have a very clear idea of how I can, you know, best help the team and best fit into a group. But if there's a coach on a given day in a given team that thinks that I'm best served in a slightly different role, then that doesn't faze me. That doesn't change what I'm about, what I try to give, and you know, that I'm ready to give everything to help the team win.
Michael, the qualities you've mentioned that are kind of lacking here, are they difficult to find in players? Being a man, it would seem like to reach this level, you have to have this.
Absolutely, they're difficult. You know, there's a reason why. You know, when you look around the world, the best clubs are the best clubs, because yeah, they have the best players, but they also, more often than not, get that part right, and they have a way of setting the tone every day with the environment, with with what goes on, with training, with the way guys carry themselves off the field. And so that's the difference between good clubs and bad clubs. And so, you know, the longer I've played, you realize more and more how special it is when you play in a team or when you are in a group that has these qualities, because you don't find it every day. It's not, you know, you don't, not every team has it. And so to build something that is real and has substance and can stand up over the course of time and isn't just a house of cards, we need to make sure that the balance in terms of all these things is right. And you know, that's, like I said, that in a simple way is the difference between the best teams and winning teams and teams that aren't as good.